welcome back to another episode of Everyday Bubbly. And I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, Taylor, but I think that today in this episode might be our 1 year anniversary.
I think it literally is our 1 year anniversary, which is boggles the mind.
I can't believe it. Feels like it was just like last week that
Honestly,
we were like,
it does.
let's start.
The year has gone by so fast, and we started with like no real plan, but somehow here we have not, other than December, which we had planned to have off anyways, we have not missed a single week.
No, I am so proud of us.
I'm impressed.
I am proud of the commitment and the constant just level that we've kept it at. Mm-hmm. Yay us.
Yay
Pats
us.
on the back. Pats on the back and high fives all around.
All around.
But anyway, so for this very, very special occasion, we've done a little something fun with our beverage, and why don't you share with the group, with the crowd?
Yeah,
with
so I called you earlier and I was like, okay, we're podcasting today, like what are we feeling to drink? We have some wines that have been go-tos, and we're like, you know what, we need to switch things up. I know our whole thing is wine. We had a really great bubbly last week, but I was like, let's do something different.
We realized that we have a really good bottle of bubbly.
We had a really good bottle of bubbly that we hadn't like fully taken advantage of. So we were like, you know what? I want something spritzy, summery. It's beautiful. It's fucking July. Like it is summer. Summer is here. And we didn't really want an Aperol spritz. It's a little bit bitter.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Aperol fan, but I know everybody and their mom loves a good Aperol spritz.
My mom does honestly love an Aperol spritz.
When you live in Italy, you have to like, it doesn't matter if you don't like them to begin with, you will learn to like them.
You will guzzle them down.
Yeah.
But we're like, okay, we wanted something spritzy, something a little refreshing, limoncello. So we got limoncello spritzies, a little lemmy spritzy, and honestly, genius, amazing,
it's so good,
fantastic.
It literally tastes like summer in a glass, and it's refreshing. You know what would, I feel like, really take this over the edge, though, is like a squish of fresh lemon juice, like right on top.
So the recipe I looked at actually said to garnish with like lemon slices and mint.
Ooh, the mint.
The mint would have been a nice touch.
The mint would have been good. But
yeah,
I like
it was super easy. It was 3 ounces Prosecco, 2 ounces of limoncello, and then like 1 ounce of sparkling water. Easy peasy.
Nice and spritzy.
Easy
peasy lemon
spritzy.
Spritzy.
Squeezy spritzies.
Yeah.
Spritz a squeeze.
All of the above.
All of them. But no, it's delicious. It's refreshing. I'm obsessed. And I don't know, I feel like over the course, maybe you guys have been along since the beginning, we've introduced some interesting cocktails, I think, into our repertoire.
What's your favorite that we've done?
I mean, this one's really good, but I also love a gin jamboree.
The gin jamboree was a top one. I also loved the, I don't know if it was like a ranch water, if it was a margarita, but it took us like 3 days,
it took us
3.5 days,
long.
like to make it.
I think it literally was just a ranch water. It was the most basic drink.
But somehow, it's because we had to do the tahini rim, and you had never rimmed a glass before,
No.
or if you had, you had forgotten.
Was it not obvious that I had no clue what I was doing? It was
otherwise it was like tequila and soda water. That was
literally
it. Oh my god.
And it took us, I'm not even exaggerating, I think it took us 20 minutes.
Yeah, we were like, what is wrong with us?
We live in Austin, Texas, where the official
I drink ranch waters all the time, but I never make them at home, so
I never drink a ranch water.
It shows.
Yeah, and we had that really good sangria.
Yes, yeah.
Like last fall, that was really good.
Man, we've had some good ones. What we haven't done is a martini on the show.
I was just about to ask, have we done a martini?
I don't think so.
I bought new martini glasses.
We have to do it.
We'll have to do that. Next time we're at my place, martinis.
I just don't own any dry vermouth.
We always have dry vermouth.
Yeah. It's just, it's a staple, but I've never used it.
Yeah, we have
so
it.
it's not really a staple.
It's not much of a staple for you.
Yeah, no.
But yeah. Cheers to easy squeezy lemon spritzabeezy.
I love that. That's the new name.
That's the name. All right. So, I mean, if we want to dive on in, it's kind of like what we were talking about right when you first introed us.
With it being kind of like our 1 year, well, not only 1 year of doing the podcast and 6 months into the year of
also
2024.
agog.
We figured this would be a good episode of like a check-in, like reminiscing on what we've learned and what we've loved and what we're looking forward to in the next year of podcasting. And also kind of checking back in on our ins and outs list, because I feel like I have done a very poor job. I'm an out, apparently.
You're an out. You're an out. No, I feel like everybody has forgotten about ins and outs. It was like such a moment in time, like everything.
And I was so just aligned with what I was saying.
I honestly will say I think I did a pretty good job of sticking to my ins and outs.
That's good.
So we'll see. We'll see.
I think.
But would love to hear, I mean, like we're saying, this is our 1 year of podcasting, which is cuckoo bananas to me. But like, I think we just want to talk about some of the lessons or things that surprised us, or like learnings, I don't even know like the right way to say it, over the past year of making a conscious effort to sit down every week with each other and brainstorm and ideate and produce content for y'all. Whether you've been here for a minute, like this is your very first fucking episode, in which case, what up, welcome. Or if you've been around since the very beginning, which is probably realistically only our moms. But you know
and
what?
My sister.
And Corey. Shout out to Corey. Always supporting us. But like, it's just been a really fun, wild ride. And I think we've learned a lot. You guys have seen us through a lot of different backgrounds and settings. And we were just audio, and now we're video, and like
all
so
the things.
much.
I know. One thing I feel like was just learning all of the aspects of content creation. Everything from like what gets buzzy or hits, what equipment makes you look and sound your best. Mm-hmm. I actually have a video from our very first podcast session that I'm definitely going to post on social. God.
I don't even know what it looks like.
Oh, it's hilarious. We're like sitting in your room upstairs and sitting on the floor, because I think you had just like moved in.
Yeah, we moved in at the end of May.
Yeah, so you had recently moved in. You didn't really have a lot of furniture in that room.
Oh my God.
And Nick was helping us because we couldn't figure out how to
we literally
start the recording.
And I remember the first time we tested, like before we'd even recorded, we were trying to test and just like see if we could do this, see if we could talk.
Oh, we were like...
We ran out of things to talk about within 3 minutes.
Because we had no plan and no direction. And we're like, Nick, be our like... director and our producer, like tell us what to talk about.
I was like, because Nick has had a podcast for 8 years. He's like an OG, and I was like, what do you talk about?
And he's like, Star Wars. We're like, okay, we can't
next
talk
topic.
about that. What else? What else is on the table?
Yeah, it's crazy. We've come such a long way from there.
I feel like that we've both like upgraded our equipment. We've, like you said, like our settings have changed. When we're at your house, we have like the really cool setting that in your living room. Mm-hmm. We've tested my office and now my kitchen.
Honestly, I'm loving the kitchen.
I know,
though.
I love the kitchen. It's got such good light
and good energy.
Mm-hmm. It's all the plants. It's Clementine. The
My
plant.
human design. We've never really talked about human design like a lot on the podcast,
you told
especially.
Me, yeah.
But in human design, one of the things that is part of it is like your environment. What environments work best for you? And mine is kitchens. So like it's just like a place where like things come together and like creation and all of that.
I love that.
I love being in kitchens.
I do spend a lot of time in here, and I love it too. I think, well, we'll get to that. We'll get to the ins and outs of maybe my office decor was.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
What else? What are other things that you've learned and seen along the way in the journey?
Kind of off the back of that, like we've upgraded our equipment. We've like done so much. We've like started from here, and now we're all the way up here. Like nothing's as hard as you think it is. I think if somebody had told us a year ago that like we would be using a real camera, we'd have to think about lighting, we'd have microphones, we're like copy and pasting and like editing our own content, I think we would have been like, fuck no, we're not. Like there's no way we could do that. And like we've learned a little bit each time we do it, every week. Like nothing's as hard as you think it is. And I think that's true in life. Like
everything is manageable, especially because you just take it in like little pieces, you know? And especially with like the editing, to me, it seems so daunting until you got into it. And then you're like, oh, this isn't so bad. It's actually kind of fun. And then creating the graphics and being creative in that regard. And there's a lot of really cool, there's just a lot of different things. And I feel like I've honed different skill sets in doing this.
That I never would have even approached
I will say
doing
TikTok
this.
still seems like so daunting to me. I still have not quite figured that out.
Yeah, that's a whole different beast.
Not scrolling. I can scroll for days. But
A+
creating
scrolling.
content.
Yeah, it's different.
Shout out to some of the videos I like, because I've tried to make videos on TikTok. When I see videos, I'm like, holy shit, like this must have taken them hours to do.
Yeah.
For snippets.
What about you? What's another lesson, learning, whatever you want to say about the past year?
I think a challenge that I actually feel like we've gotten pretty good at, but is something I'm looking to continue to stay on top of, is just the variety of topics. I feel like when we started a year ago, it was like the world is our oyster. We can talk about anything. And as we come, we're also like, so what do we want to talk about? Because what's impactful? What do we think people will want to hear? What are we experts in that we can share? And it's just been a little bit of digging and to just find those things. And I think we've gotten really good at it, of finding, we're shortening our episodes so we don't have to be hour-long talking experts about things. But that's also one thing I really want to see, I think, next year too, is more guests that can help expand our topics and our variety of talking points.
I totally agree. I definitely did not, again, we didn't come into this with, and maybe that's on us, we didn't come into this with like a great idea of what we want to talk about long term. We knew, we had like the first 2 months of content. We were ready. I mean, I think our first 6 months, we were like good.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wait, but we've talked about that.
But like, should we talk about travel again? Should we talk about tips for this again, or a different viewpoint of this?
I think that's the biggest thing for me that's come across, is like how many different angles there are to approach the exact same topic. We could talk about, and we have talked about wellness in like 5 different capacities.
We talked about money and investing and finances in different ways.
Yeah, and even like friendship. We had a whole 3-part series about friendship, and I think it was this is maybe one of my learnings, taking some of the conversations that we have, and I think that they've really changed how I view things. Maybe that's partly age, maybe that's partly just like how impactful our conversations are, but
I would agree.
Things that we've talked about have changed how I view things outside of the podcast.
Yeah.
Like the friendship episode, I think, is a really big example of that.
My neighbor's definitely shirtless over there, and I was like, what?
I was like, what's happening? I was like, I don't see anything, but now I'm concerned.
I just saw a flash of bare chest. I'm like flushed for him.
You know, he's living his best life in his own yard.
Yeah.
Another thing that popped up, and this is kind of along those same lines, is I'm more creative than I thought I was.
You're so creative.
I don't think of myself as being a creative person in that way. And we've had to be creative with like how we're talking to you guys, how we structure the episodes, the fucking drinks we make are creative sometimes. And
all I can say is that you got the Canva up and running to help with the graphics and help with the social, and what you put together, I was so blown away by, because I was like, wow, this is like such our aesthetic, and it looks good, and you put it into templates that was easy for me to use. So it was,
oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That means so. I really do not think of myself as being like a creative.
Yeah.
At the start of this, I didn't, and I think having done the work and like going through that has made me, it's made me realize that I'm more creative than I gave myself credit for.
Yeah, I would agree. And I've always like told people like, oh, you do a podcast, like how's it going? I'm like, it's so fun. It's a creative outlet. And even though I feel like you did so much more of the creative lift for like the look and feel and the brand and everything, I agree. Like it's just such a fun way to not think about work and to just be able to have a creative outlet.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think maybe this is why people get so into side hustles, which like I would not consider this a side hustle. We're not making money off of this. Like that's
if you'd like to help us get more listeners so we can make some money,
like and subscribe right now. Do it right now. But yeah, this is not like a side hustle. This is truly a hobby. And I feel grateful that we have like a cool, interesting hobby that we get
creative
to do.
outlet, fun project.
Yeah. If you were going to tell somebody right now, or go back and tell us, a year and a half ago or a year and a month ago that you're thinking about starting a podcast, or like anybody else who is thinking about starting, what would you tell them?
I would love to show me from a year ago, like our latest episode, the intro, and like how we talk and banter. I'm sure me from a year ago would be like, how did you do that?
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Do you think our podcast has helped you outside of, like, in your work life or in your real life or like anything?
100%. And I feel like it's such a fun engagement topic. I talk to people all the time about our podcast.
Really?
And a lot of people know that we have it. And I'm like, I know you're not listening because I know I've seen the numbers.
I can see the analytics.
But I feel like, I don't know, it's just been so cool. And even, I've always told people this, even if at the end of the day, the number of listeners we have is just such a small group, this is for us. And this is, I hope someday it can be for y'all too, and that you're getting benefit from it and enjoying being a part of this. But at the end of the day, this is for us, and this is really, I feel like it's made our friendship closer.
I'm like so emotional about this. This is so beautiful. Keep going.
But I don't want to give it, I'm excited to see where we go even another year. I can't wait for me this year. Like if me from the future comes and is like, look at where it is now. And I'm like so excited to see how much we've progressed over the past year and where it's going to go in the next.
I love that. That was beautiful. One solitary tear rolls down. Yeah, I think if I were to tell somebody, us a year ago, or somebody who is just now starting out or thinking about it, and I know even in the year that we've been doing it, the podcast space has exploded. Like,
oh my God.
Before everybody and their mom had a podcast, but now everybody and their mom and their dog has a podcast.
The dogs have podcasts now.
It's insane.
No, I've noticed that. I've noticed like all over, like even my LinkedIn, it's like, I did a thing, I have a podcast.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
you're late to the fucking party. We've been here. No, not
we're
me.
inclusive. So
we are inclusive. Like, welcome.
Fine,
we have
welcome.
drinks for you. But I would say that if you are going to start a podcast, my number one tip, and I would tell this to myself as well, is to be comfortable with promoting yourself. I don't actually tell a lot of people that we have a podcast.
Oh.
I don't know why, which is so funny. I saw somebody that I had not seen since November. I ran into him yesterday and he was like, oh, how's the podcast going? That was like his first question for me. And I don't talk about the podcast in my real life, which I don't know why.
I'm challenge you to start doing
I
it.
really should. I will tell like my friend, like, oh, I can't do things on Tuesday. Like I'm recording with Allie. Like I'll say stuff like that, but I don't gas us up enough.
Gasolina.
And I would say if you are starting a podcast, and I would tell myself this a year ago, I'm telling myself this to fucking day, you have to promote yourself. You have to be willing to put yourself out there, and it's not a bad thing to put yourself out there in front of other people.
And if there's something that's preventing you, and I'm saying this just like the audience, if there's something that's preventing you from putting yourself and promoting yourself out there, just look inward and figure out like, is it something that you're just like worried about, or is it a stigma that you just need to work through?
I think for me, I know this was for the audience, not for me, but for me, I think
that was not directed at me.
I think part of it is like, maybe I do feel like, oh, just more girls like with their fucking podcast, and I'm like, but ours is different. But like, I think maybe that's part of it. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe I'm just like worried about the judgment from randos. If I have no problem telling people that I know and like already like and care about that I have a podcast, but I'm not a self-promoter naturally.
I'm gonna challenge you and me that we should be posting more frequently on our socials and just like getting more. I feel like we did a good job. We got some buildup of our platform, and now we just gotta like
take it a little
ramp
bit farther.
It back up again.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. But that's my biggest thing. That's what I would tell if you are watching this because you're interested in starting a podcast, or if you're me in the future and I'm looking back at it, hi future me. Talk about yourself. Yeah. You're doing cool, exciting things. You've learned so many new skills. We've been so creative. We've like truly stretched our capabilities and abilities, and we have expanded so much, and It's something to be proud of.
It's like that one saying, like, sometimes you... Actually, I can't think of the saying right now, but...
It's like that one saying.
It's like that idea where what you might think, like, what you're doing isn't impactful, but there could be a stranger on the street that sees you smile or sees, like, a small act of kindness, and it, like, changes their whole trajectory. Yeah. So even I feel the same way. I'm like, hey, people may not care. They might tune in and be like, nah, this isn't for me. But at least they gave it a shot. And there will probably be some people who listen and is like, wow, I'm gleaning a lot from this. Mm-hmm. So
I love that. Cheers to one whole year of Everyday Bubbly. And who knows how many more to come.
Happy EDB anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it right.
EDB anniversary.
EDB.
Yeah. It was hard. That was on me.
Well, the B and the D.
I never know if we should say the D.
I say the D. I like the D.
You like the D. Sorry, Mom.
EDB.
All right. Switching gears a smidgen to the fact that it is 6 months into the year. We are halfway through.
July. Well, not today, but tomorrow.
Tomorrow for us, it's Saturday. Tomorrow will be July.
2 days.
I thought tomorrow was
Mondays.
No, tomorrow's the 1st.
Is it?
Yeah, because I got paid on Friday. We get paid on the 1st, and we got paid over the month. It's the 1st.
Tomorrow's the 30th.
What the fuck? You guys, tomorrow's the 30th. I had no idea.
But when this episode airs, it will be July. It'll be the 4th of July.
It will be the 4th of July. I was trying to think of the Star Spangled, and I was like, is that copyright free? Who knows?
Probably. It's so old.
Fun fact, I've been to where the Star Spangled Banner was written.
Really?
Mm-hmm. In Maryland. It was
America's birthplace?
I don't think that's America's birthplace. That's just...
it's just the Star Spangled.
Yeah, he was like in a prison during the Revolutionary War.
The national anthem.
And it was actually a poem. Francis Scott Key. It's in Baltimore.
Wow.
Fun fact.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous, gorgeous girls. Gorgeous, gorgeous Star Spangled Banners.
Yeah, when this gets released, I will be sweating my ass off at Auditorium Shores producing Austin Star Spangled Fest.
Come through.
Come on over. It's free.
But we're halfway. We're halfway through the year.
Self-promotion.
Self-promotion right here in work. We are halfway through the year, which is crazy to think about. And I think everybody has these like lofty goals at the beginning of January, resolutions, blah, 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 blah. We did not do resolutions this year.
We did not. Thank God.
We did our ins and outs, like that trend that was going around on the old TikTok and Insta. Tickaroony. And we want to take a look back and see what we said was in and out for 2024, and if we've stuck to them or if we have totally gone by the wayside. I will say, I think I was reviewing before I came over. I personally did a pretty good job.
I haven't reviewed mine, so this is going to be
this is fresh.
Reactions in real time.
Okay, let's do it. I want to hear, should we do all your ins and then my ins, or in?
Let's do in. Because we may not, we'll see. We'll go quick.
Yeah, well, this is rapid fire.
My first inner child healing. I think I've done a good job.
Yeah, that's an in. That's still an in.
Still an in.
Beautiful.
Keep doing it.
My first in was morning meditation. Honestly, in. Still doing it. I'm doing a really good job.
Cheers to that. Snaps to that. In, fun activity for exercise. I would say maybe not a fun activity, but I've found my groove again with exercise.
I think it's an activity that has become fun.
Yes. I look forward to it.
Which I think is so important.
Yeah. So.
My next one was budgeting. Yeah, no, budgeting, I tried really, I'm not budgeting. But I'm also not budgeting.
But I'm also not.
I am aware of the money that I am making, how much is coming in, how much is coming out. There have been things that have come up that I wasn't planning. Like Pilates teacher training is something I did not budget for in the beginning of the year, and it's very pricey. I was honestly shocked at how pricey that is.
You know what I was shocked about? Your hours.
Y'all, I might have to do a whole solo on Pilates teacher training.
I think you should. It's really, we talked about it the other day while we were hanging out, and I was like on the edge of my seat because I'm like, this is just so crazy.
It's crazy. And I have done yoga teacher training before. So I think people confuse yoga and Pilates a lot. But my point here is I've done teacher trainings. I've also done I'm CrossFit level 1 certified. Like I have done a lot of different trainings. This is the most intense by miles. By miles. It's crazy. Which is great.
Your observation hours.
So
Till you die.
Part of Pilates is you have to do observation hours as part of your training. I have to do 400 observation hours. That is more than one a day, every single day for an entire year. I'm moving into the studio. I live there now. That's who I am.
You live there. How long were you there today?
I was there for 3 classes, so probably 3.5 hours.
But you did one class.
Yeah, so I showed up at 9, did observation hours for the 9 o'clock class, took the 10 o'clock class, observed the 11 o'clock class.
Whew.
That's going to have to be my new Saturday
I'm guessing,
routine.
though, that the classes you do don't count as observation.
No.
Because you're not observing.
I'm not observing. I'm taking.
Because
I also have a certain...
digesting.
I'll do a whole breakdown, but I have to do a certain number of group classes, certain number of privates, observations, case studies, practice teaching. Like,
are there a lot of other people doing this with you?
We've capped out at 6. Like, that's how big our training class is going to be. I'll do a whole episode. Maybe I have a solo coming up, and maybe I'll talk about that for the solo.
I think that would be really interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, my budgeting was supposed to be an in. It's not happening. I'm aware I am not going into deeper debt, which is the important thing. I'm staying level.
We are debt free.
Debt free.
Or not going.
I have some money on my credit, but it's not a lot. It's like $2,000.
It's not bad.
That's not bad.
My next in was vodka martinis. Out.
Honestly, not, but gin
martinis
classier, fancier.
Vodka martinis.
Brat martinis.
Hit the road, vodka.
Sorry, Tito's, I love you.
So I'm making that adjustment. I'm changing that to gin martinis.
I love that was even in here. That we were thinking about martinis back then.
I was thinking I'm going to be a martini girl, but I just thought I was going to be a vodka martini girl.
Here you are. My next one was visit to the chiropractor.
Yes.
I've honestly...
You've been raving about it.
Got the cupping right now to show it. Mm-hmm. What's your next one?
My next one was saving for retirement, which I have done.
Because you said that you maxed out your Roth IRA this year. For last year.
Last year.
But you did it this year for
I maxed
last year.
out last year's this year, and I'm now actively saving, so I don't have to do that kind of saving again.
That's an in still. Tarot cards was an in for me. Still an in. I got some wild pulls the last few days. If anybody else is into tarot, I got the death card.
I want you to do mine.
Okay, I have my cards actually. They were just in my bag.
Yeah.
I got the death card, and then the next day I got the tower card, which are 2 of the most aggressive cards.
I was gonna say
the tower is the most aggressive card in the deck, and I pulled that yesterday.
What does that mean? Is it too long to...
Upheaval, change, chaos, overthrowing of current structures. So,
okay.
Tune in to see what that means. What's your next one?
Elevated athleisure, which I don't really think I've done. I've just done more elevated workwear.
I think that you have, it's not even you haven't done elevated athleisure. I think you've made your casual wear more elevated.
I think so.
The things that you wear when you're just being comfy are just a little bit more polished than they were before. So I think that you have the notes that you wanted to hit with that, you were hitting.
I think so. I was trying to elevate when I was wearing athleisure, and now I'm just even more elevated than that. So, okay.
Yeah, I think you're doing a good job with that. My next one was bright colors, which honestly I have been doing very well.
Couldn't tell today, but...
In general.
You've been wearing some teals, you've been wearing some pinks, you've been wearing some blues. I've seen it. I've
been wearing a lot of color lately. That dress I wore to the wedding in Hawaii was color for me. I just bought these new glasses, the glass I'm using for martinis are all different colors. Ooh. My wine glasses are different colors. I've been I think the Barbie movie last year changed my brain. It rewired things, and now I love color. Again, you can't tell today.
Same, but I agree. I like wearing a lot of white and cream now. Those are I find wearing those more. And I'll be totally transparent. When you have dry, flaky skin, you just want white.
That makes sense.
And I wear a lot of white, and I'm really loving it.
I think that's beautiful.
Doing a lot for my complexion.
I love that for you. My
next in was tattoos, which, yes, I've gotten at least one. since
And it's a cool
starting
one.
it. And it's a great one. Hello, Harry.
Hello, Harry.
Harry.
My next one was 10K steps. I have not been good about sticking to that. I switched it to 8K and I was doing really well, but I don't even know. And then it's summer and it's hot and my walking pad broke and I never fixed. I have no excuses. I have not been good. So that's something I want to double down on for the rest of the year.
Double down. I think I've been doing your 10K steps.
You have been. You've been doing really well and I have not.
I will I just walk around my kitchen island at
also,
night.
I feel like it's hot. Woe is me. My legs are so long that when I go on a walk with Nick will average about 1,000 steps more
Remember us
than
at
me.
Disney when we were comparing our steps and I was like, boom.
Yeah, I just always we have the same distance, but my legs are just long.
Yeah.
So everybody feel bad for me because I'm tall.
You just need to go like.
Okay, yours.
My next making sushi at home. Not so good.
Yeah,
I've done it once.
You know?
We did it on Valentine's Day.
Is that one more time than you did it last year?
We bought a fucking rice maker. We have the sushi rice.
You bought a rice maker and everything.
But not for the sushi.
Oh, okay.
But kind of for the sushi.
Kind of for the sushi. And we've
used it twice.
We stay at the Disney Resort when we go to Hawaii. And because there's so many Japanese families, because it's like midway between Japan and here, the suites come with rice makers in the rooms. How cool is that?
I'm obsessed.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I'm putting that on my manifestation board for next year.
Alani?
No, not Alani.
A rice maker?
I thought you were talking about Disneyland in Tokyo.
Oh, yeah. No, yes, we should talk more about that.
Yeah.
We'll have an episode about that.
I'm assuming they have rice makers in those rooms too.
I would assume. My next one was aligned action, which is just if I feel the nudge to do something to like go all in and do it. And I think I've been pretty good about that.
I feel like that's what spurred you to do the Pilates teacher training.
Yeah, it definitely was. I think I've been really good about aligned action, whether it's Pilates or other things. So I'm pleased about that.
Using the nice glassware and plateware. I feel like I've been doing it. I feel like I drink out of my wine glasses almost every single day, even if it's just water.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have nicer plates than what my normal plates are, but I don't use paper plates, so.
That's a win.
That's
a win. Wins are in. My next one was hosting. And I think I've done a good job. We've had a lot of people.
You've done at least 2 awesome parties.
Yeah.
More to come.
More to come. I think I've been very much in my hosting era. Our house right now is perfect for having people over.
Yeah.
But yeah, hosting.
What I would challenge, I don't think it's on there, is
Tell me.
Get your backyard up and going.
We just bought a pool.
Yes.
So I was going to tell you about that after the pod, but we just bought a pool, so I wanted to come over and do pool. But like that, we like have big visions for the backyard, but baby steps right now. So pool is our first.
I love it.
Beautiful.
Dive bars. Yeah.
Have you gone?
I haven't been going, but I still love them.
But I don't think that's how that works.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm going to double down on that.
Double down on the dive.
I want to like go more on the dive.
What if you were to pick a dive bar right now in Austin? Where would you, like what are you considering a dive bar? A, B.
I would probably say top 2 would be Deep Eddy Cabaret.
Oh, divey.
And Sagebrush.
Oh yeah, I forget about Sagebrush.
Sagebrush.
They have good drinks though.
Yeah, good dive bar.
They have a good yard.
Good vibes.
We should go to Sagebrush after this.
Yeah, we should.
Let's do it.
Okay.
My next one was crafting as a hobby.
You've been doing so
I've been doing really good with crafting.
Wow,
I think it goes along with what I was talking about with the podcast. Like I'm more creative than I give myself credit for. And I have been so into crafting and like crocheting. Yeah. I like made this vest. I don't even know if you've seen me wear it yet.
I've seen you wear it.
I got so many compliments when I wore it.
Yeah, it's like you just wear it like a top, right?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
So I've been really into I made a whole dress and then I got bored of it, so I haven't finished the straps.
I'm so excited for my.
I'm gonna make you a whole sweater in time for football season.
Go Pack Go.
Go Pack Go. I'm trying to figure out how I can put Go Pack Go along the bottom of it. So that's why I've been waiting, because I'm like, I have a vision and I just need to figure out how to like execute on it. But yeah, crafting is a hobby I think I've been very good at.
I have 2 more. This is my second to last one. Travel hacking. I have not started this hobby. I read the Facebook groups every single day. So I am just like, I am so close but it is so daunting to just start fucking opening credit cards. I
Yeah,
am
it is.
a little...
Because you've been such a financial girl journey that like you don't
I'm
wanna
like
fuck it
now
up.
credit card debt free, and I'm just like, ooh, I don't want to spiral. And also there's still that like uncertainty of like, will we buy a house this year? Will we not buy a house this year? I know we're 6 months in, so I'm kind of leaning towards it's not going to happen this year. But the last thing you want to do is open up new credit when you're like going through the house buying process. Yeah. So I've just been really reluctant, but I've seen the success stories of it, and I know I have excellent credit. I am now credit card debt free. I'm in a perfect position to start doing it.
Yeah.
But it's still really scary.
It's scary.
So we'll see. I don't think I'm going to double down on it, but I do read the
You're
blogs.
still interested in it.
I'm very interested in it, and I read about it every day. So
my last in is stemmed wine glasses, and I think we're doing a great job.
Doing just fine
I love
with
my
that.
new stem glasses. I still use my stemless occasionally, but I'm all in on the stemmed glass.
these were actually ones you bought me.
I did. I got these for you for Christmas or your birthday.
Birthday. I love them. This is my last one.
Okay.
Guilty pleasures. Fuck the judgment.
Have you been good about doing that?
I think so. I've definitely just been unashamed about doing and listening and watching and reading what I want, and not really caring if other people like or disagree with it. So
I love that.
Yeah.
That's an in. That should be an all the time in.
all the time in. What's your outs?
Outs. I'll start my out. Out number 1 was packed schedules. I have not done great about this.
Nope.
I
look at my calendar all the time and I'm like, no.
I think the end of last year I was feeling, I think of myself as such an extrovert, but like I've liked adding in more solo at home time the older I get, and I haven't done a good job. Last week I think I had things every single day
we
except
saw each
Monday and
other
Wednesday.
twice, and you saw other people in between those days, which I did not, so I don't know how you did that. Out, get ready with me videos. Yep.
Still an out.
Still an out.
I'm okay. I don't like get ready with me's, but I don't mind. I did this the other day. I don't mind a day in the life. I want to know what people are doing.
Yeah, no, I hate the get ready music. Like, get ready with me, and then they just talk the whole time while they're doing their makeup, and I'm like, no.
No, I want to see what you're fucking getting ready for.
You show me snapshots of what you're doing.
Yeah. My next out was store-bought herbs. No, I'm still doing that.
I'm not
growing shit. I literally have fucking basil in the fridge right now. Like, I'm not growing. Listen, I know what I can do and what I can't do, and right now, herbs I cannot do.
We're not there yet.
I'm not even gonna bother doubling down. I'm not gonna lie to myself.
No, but it's just they're
my out is an out.
Your out is an out. My next out was Orange Theory.
Out.
I
Bye.
finally canceled. I'm not doing it anymore.
My next was chronic dehydration. I do really well with drinking water, and then I stop. Right now, I'm not doing great, but in general this year, I think I've done really good.
I think you've done better than you have been.
Yeah,
I've done really good. Give yourself credit for that. My next out was contouring, which I haven't contoured my face all year. So,
out.
You know
now.
It's out.
Out. Always wearing all black. Again, today does not count. This is different. It's a different day. But in general, I've gotten a lot better. That used to be my regular thing.
Yeah.
My active wear would be all black. My going out clothes.
It was like
everything.
your go-to kind of a crutch.
Yeah. And I have branched out a lot. So I'm gonna say that still isn't out. I'm doing good.
My next out was expensive drinks out. I'm still doing that.
You're still doing that.
Also, martinis are expensive.
Yeah.
So, you know what?
Yeah,
fine.
I think that's fine. You're not doing expensive drinks out, what's it called? Irresponsibly.
No, I'm enjoying a craft cocktail.
Right. It's
now,
thoughtful.
if I actually were doing the fucking dive bar thing, I would not be doing the craft cocktail thing.
Right.
That's fine.
It's fine.
I like a craft cocktail.
Out for me, oat milk. And I have been really good about not drinking oat milk. I've been doing rice. I've been doing hemp milk. Although today I went to go get a smoothie after my 3-hour Pilates sprint. And I go to Soup Peddler here in Austin. I got an email recently that they changed all of their rice milks to oat milks. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm upset, but it's not a big deal. got my normal drink, had oat milk. I couldn't drink it. So it's still an out. Oat milk's just very thick and creamy, and I don't like it.
Oats.
Yeah, and so I gave my rest of my smoothie to Nick. I should have done hemp. I should have done hemp milk. So it's still
I've been doing coconut milk.
I'm not supposed to do coconuts. I love coconut milk. I love how creamy and sweet it is. That's like the only one I'm supposed to be doing. I can do rice and hemp.
Rice and hemp, okay. Credit card float, which was my next out. I've been very good about not doing it, but I do it occasionally. Like right now, I don't have a lot of money allocated towards new skincare, but I know I want to get it. So I'm going to get it knowing that when I get paid on the 15th, I'm just going to move some money over to cover that.
Yeah.
Because we have a whole month.
We have a whole month.
Oh.
My next one out was excuses. And I think I've done a really good job of not falling on excuses. I think I've been very proactive, I guess is the right word. So I think that is continuing to be an out, and I've done a good job.
Good job. Skinny jeans, out.
Out.
All the way out.
You are out of skinny jeans.
I hate them. Never again.
Never again. I have one pair that I have for wintertime when I wear boots.
Yeah, I still have. I mean, I still own some, but I haven't worn them.
Yeah, I cannot imagine sliding my body into a pair of skinny jeans. My next out was lazy dressing. And I think for the most part, I have done a really good job of not doing that. Mm-hmm. It's also, today I think I was a bit of a lazy dress day. I think
it's cute though.
Thank you. I think it's also hard with doing Pilates teacher training and being at the studio so much. I tend to just wear athleisure because it is, I'm there.
It's not lazy, it's easy.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
There's a difference. There's a big difference. You're right. So I guess I think I'm doing pretty okay.
I think you are too. I have 3 more.
Okay.
Red meat.
Oh.
I've definitely been eating steak still.
Yeah. So. Do you wish it was more of an out, or are you okay with where it is?
I wish I could eliminate it completely.
Okay.
I think there's much better proteins out there that I enjoy. I just kind of fall into the culprit of Adam loves red meat and he loves steaks. I don't buy steak for myself. And I actually very rarely order it at a restaurant. But if he will sometimes go and buy steaks and make them. And of course I'm not going to turn down a steak when it's made by the love of my life on a grill outside.
Yeah.
So, but I would like to just eliminate it at some point.
Okay.
I don't feel like I like it.
Yeah, then you shouldn't do it.
I don't think I like the taste.
That's fine. Still an out.
Still an out.
My next one is tummy aches. Tummy aches were an out for me.
How's your tummy doing?
And honestly, I've done really well. I did my food sensitivity testing in early January. It has completely overhauled how I eat, how I drink, like a lot of things. It's also been really hard in some cases. I think I'm still 6 months in. I'm still not like, I haven't found my replacements for certain things.
Yeah.
But in general, I have much less tummy aches now than I used to. So I've done really good about that.
Good.
And I can't eat red meat. I'm not eating burgers or anything like that. Like I can't have steak. I can't have ground beef. I can't have lamb still. So I get to eat, we had amazing lamb burgers the other day. But so like you can't do red meat. And I honestly can't either because it gives me a tummy ache.
Yeah, well, I just think when you say burger, I'm like, I like turkey burgers more.
I'm not supposed to have turkey either.
Oh, well, I love turkey burgers.
Although Hot Dottie has an ahi tuna burger.
Ooh.
And then you can also do that as a salad. And the salad itself is actually really good. I'm also not supposed to have gluten. And gluten does give me a tummy ache.
Gluten does. Yeah, I would agree with that. Piles of mess.
How have you done with that?
I feel like I'm better about picking up after myself, but you saw my office. It's not great.
I think your office is also in flux right now, so that's okay.
Yeah, we're going through a remodeling.
That's the word we'll use. Done.
A redecorating.
Redecorating.
Yes.
My last out is Southwest Airlines, and I stand by that. After we said that in early January, we had that awful, which to be fair was not Southwest's fault. We had that incident.
Southwest's fault in that they never responded to the situation. I never to this day have gotten an email or a call or a voucher.
You should have gotten a voucher.
You got a voucher?
No, you should have.
Oh, I should have for sure. I got a voucher from Southwest when my flight was like 3 hours delayed.
Oh,
2
you
weeks
should have
ago.
gotten a voucher.
But I didn't get a voucher when the FBI was involved with the flight that I took.
The FBI literally called us.
Yes.
You guys.
Asked if we were going to press charges on this man.
Southwest is still an out for me. I can't, just assign me a fucking seat. Just assign me a seat. I don't want to be in a cattle call. I don't want to be like, I don't want to worry about Nick and I getting separated because we bought our tickets separate. Like I'm over Southwest and I'm not coming back unless I'm going to New Orleans and it's super fast and easy.
I know.
I'm not flying Southwest if I don't have to.
They're a client of mine. I do fly them quite frequently. But I'm pissed about not being in touch. Like nobody ever like reached out and was like, "We're so sorry. Here's a voucher."
Dumb. What's your
last one? Ankle socks. And I still wear ankle socks all the time.
I do not wear ankle socks, but it's so weird that there's like a whole dialogue now about millennials versus Gen Z on socks.
I know, but that's why I was like, oh, ankle socks are out. I need to start wearing cruise socks. Have I bought cruise socks? No.
I only wear cruise socks.
I only have ankle socks. I have one pair of cruise socks. That's it.
That's fine. I respect that for you.
Do
you want to double down or are you okay with where you're at?
You know what? I'm okay with where I'm at. I think that I like the aesthetic of cruise socks, but at this point I'm also like, I just don't want to spend money on them.
That's fair.
Because I have very capable, functioning ankle socks.
Yeah, then don't do it.
So we'll see.
Well, that's a good reflection. I would love to. We're going to do this again end of November before trail and see at the end of the year how we've done.
Especially the ones, what did we double down on? Just recap. What did you double down on?
I'm doubling down on store-bought herbs. I'm doubling down.
No, they said you're not because you're like, can't do them.
I really can't. I'm not doubling down on any of my outs, I don't think. But I am doubling down on budgeting as an in.
I'm doubling down on dive bars and making sushi at home. I'm gonna make myself make some fucking sushi.
Do it.
Because I love eating sushi out, but it's so much cheaper to make it at home. It's so much cheaper. We should have a sushi party.
I was just about to say we should do that.
We could do it at yours. We'll bring out a rice maker.
Let's do it.
And our sushi rice.
Amazing.
We
have sushi. We have a vat of sushi rice.
Okay. Well, then we'll just bring the rice maker.
Just bring the rice maker.
And the rolling things. Okay. We have a set.
Perfect.
And our sake dishes.
We are pretty much
our sake dishes?
Oh, they're so cute.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We are pretty much at time, so we just want to say thank you guys for the past year. It has been much.
It's meant so much to us.
Yeah, it really, like more than I think I expected when we started this.
Yeah.
So thanks.
Thanks for being here. Catch you on the next one.
See you guys for the next X amount of years.
Happy July.
Happy July.
Bye.